Many brands have developed watches in partnership with various associations outside of horology. And here is one of them. This is the Oris Big Crown ProPilot, designed in cooperation with the Swiss air rescue organization Rega. I'll review this limited edition watch series and give you my opinion of its form and function on this episode of Adventures with Time. I've reviewed several Oris watches, including the Aquastate with their in-house caliber 400 movement. I've also had in hand their cherry red Aquastate. I'll leave links to both of those videos at the end. Now I bring you my hands-on review of this new limited edition Oris Big Crown ProPilot Rega Fleet watch. The Rega was designed with specific input from the Swiss air rescue organization Rega. There are 21 varieties of this watch, each to honor one of the 21 aircraft flown by Rega. All 21 models are limited to 100 pieces each and are the same except for the design on the screw-down caseback, which illustrates one of the aircraft, including its tail number. The collaboration with Rega goes beyond the caseback. Members of the Rega rescue team provided input as to specific features that would be of benefit to someone providing medical rescue and transport services. Specifically, they wanted a darker case, GMT function, dark hands, and a pulse scale on the bezel to aid in providing medical care. More on these features later. Let me give you a quick overview of the watch specifications and then point out the specific features in the Rega models of the Oris Big Crown ProPilot collection. Like most of the other ProPilot models, the Rega models come in a 41mm stainless steel case. The Rega has a bezel that overhangs the case by a half a millimeter. Both the case and bezel have a gunmetal gray PVD coating. The case has a thickness of 12.3 millimeters, a lug-to-lug of 48.5 millimeters, and a lug width of 20 millimeters. The screw-down crown has the Oris logo and is 7.5 millimeters wide, helping to give this watch 100 meters of water resistance. It has a sapphire double-dome crystal with anti-reflective coating on the underside and utilizes the Oris 798 movement, which is based on the Sellita SW330-1 movement and has a 4 Hz beat and a 42-hour power reserve. Each of the 21 models has a retail price of $3,400 US, for which you can choose your desired serial number from 1 to 100 if available. Now let's look at the design and aesthetics of this watch. If you are thinking this watch looks familiar, you would be correct. Of the 15 watch lines in the Oris ProPilot collection, the Rega Fleet seems most closely related to the ProPilot Timer GMT. It's actually similar to most of this collection, but the ProPilot Timer GMT also comes with a bezel. The Rega has a gunmetal gray PVD coating to give additional focus to the dial. After all, this watch is a working tool watch that needs easy readability, especially in moving aircraft. Adding to readability is the matte black dial with white printing and white applied hour markers. They've also changed the running second hand to be black with just the tip painted white. The GMT hand is also black with a red arrow tip so that it doesn't distract from reading the dial. And the bevel date window has the same color scheme as the rest of the dial. The hour and minute hands are coated with Superluminova BGW9, as are the hour indices. Oddly, the running second hand doesn't seem to have lume, nor does the bezel, which means you can't use the pulse scale in low light conditions. The chapter ring has the 24 hours printed on it for use in conjunction with the GMT hand. The bezel has the pulse scale engraved and filled with black paint. I find it hard to read unless there's a light shining on it. The bezel overhangs the case by a half a millimeter and has an angled coin edge to it, which makes for a good grip when rotating it to one of the 120 positions. Very exacting movements with no backplay. The all-brush case, along with the very clean dial, completes the utilitarian look for this watch. Here's the caseback with one of the helicopters depicted and some of the specifications engraved around the outer edge. This watch comes with a black leather strap and this folding clasp with its quick adjustment mechanism. You also get a red rubber strap. Both the leather and rubber straps have quick-release spring bars. What do I think about this watch? The Oris ProPilot collection is well known by watch enthusiasts and well liked, so the Rega models have a built-in audience, and being issued as a limited edition may interest some collectors. However, it may annoy some, as limited editions have become a common practice among many watch brands in their continuing need to come out with additional models. For me, there are some likes and dislikes of the Rega fleet watches. I think it has a nice tool look to it, no nonsense readable dial, and a nice GMT complication. I like the case and bezel in this gunmetal color, but I have no interest in this pulse scale bezel. I have no need for it. Not that I have a great need for any of the watch complications in my collection. Likewise, I'm not a big fan of case-back designs. One seldom looks at them since they are mostly against your wrist. The way I would characterize my thoughts on this watch is that it is a nice looking watch that does have some general functionality. However, I think there are other models that would interest me more than this one. That should not dissuade you from this watch. It is a quality watch, as are the others in the Oris ProPilot collection, and the Swiss Sea Air Rescue Team is something to praise and honor. If you have any kindred feelings for them and their work in rescue and medical services, this may very well be a watch you want in your collection. Now, here are those links to my reviews of other Oris watches. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.